What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's pandemic update video for Wednesday, March 29th, 2023. Starting off with a COVID positive, we do have one to report on today. And M.M. Keeravani has tested positive for COVID. You may remember him from the Oscars. He was an Oscar winner this year. They said he is going to rest up, or his doctor ordered him to rest up, and there's no, doesn't say whether his case is severe. Probably mild is probably what they're going with. But yeah, he tested positive for COVID. I have not added it to the website. I will do that after this video. I literally just found out about this right before I came on recording. And then there is this. This is relatively concerning. Pope Francis did not test positive for COVID, but Pope Francis is reported to have a respiratory infection and will need to spend a few days in the hospital in Rome, the Vatican says. He is 86 years old. We'll have to keep an eye on this. As you know, there have been a lot of instances around the world where high-profile people get sick with something, they say it's not COVID, then later on we find out it's COVID. But as of right now, Pope Francis is not positive for COVID. But stay tuned. We'll have an update on that as we find out more information on this. Alright, I wanted to show you this. This was tweeted out by Rav, R-A-V-I, user on Twitter. This is India COVID cases. We've been talking a lot about India COVID cases in these videos lately. Let's go back to the end of February. They were down around 169 cases a day. They were really low. Fast forward to March 28th, 2,151 cases. I mean, look how fast this is rising. It started off rising steadily, and now it's literally just going straight up. This is super concerning. This is the XBB 1.16 variant, which we're going to have to deal with at the end of spring or over the summer, and I think it's really going to cause a big wave. This is super, super concerning. Alright, this day in COVID history, we don't have anything for today in COVID history, but we will tomorrow or the next day. Wastewater. Something else about tomorrow. We're going to do a full wastewater update video tomorrow. It's needed. I was going over some of these wastewater locations this afternoon, and I'm alarmed. There's quite a few sites that are rising. We'll just do a couple. Here in my state of Pennsylvania, yeah, they finally brought back the wastewater site in central Pennsylvania in Center County, or at least one of them. This one has a population of 12,000 people. Look what's going on here. It's going upward. Here's another one in Pennsylvania. Which one did I want to show? Here you go. Montgomery County, this one only has 13,000 population, but then you come down to one here with 30,000 population. It's starting to rise again, and there's a lot of cases of this. Connecticut, I noticed there were some rising. We'll do a full wastewater update video tomorrow. There was actually a tweet, I don't have it, I have to go back and find it, that showed all 4 regions of the wastewater surveillance are now rising in the United States. I will share that with you tomorrow in the wastewater video. Alright, this week's transmission from the CDC. High transmissions at 954 counties, substantials at 751 counties, moderates at 1,065 counties, and low is at 452 counties. And we're still watching the East Coast I-95 corridor, which is for the most part at moderate transmission. Also, check out California. A lot of moderate transmission there as well, which is an improvement. This week's variant proportions. XBB.1.5 is at 90.2%, XBB.191 is at 2.5%, BQ.1.1 is at 2.5%, XBB.151 is at 2.4%, and XBB is at 1.2%. Our next variant proportion update video will come either Friday or Saturday, and Friday, I'm telling you now, it's going to be late in the day. Taking a look here in central Pennsylvania, Center County, Pennsylvania again, and I would like to include this in the videos going forward because it's good to see a bellwether of what's going on in a rural and urban setting. This is a county that has the urban setting with Penn State University and State College, but surrounding that, it's really a rural, less populated area. So it gives a good sense of what's going on in an area like that, at least in the Northeast U.S. And they're down to just 8 hospitalizations today. Still 1 person on a ventilator and in the ICU. New York State, 1,063 new cases in the last 24 hours. That is significantly up from yesterday. 2.6% positivity today. 7-day average is 2.5%. Taking a look at New York State hospitalizations, 1,066 people in the hospital, 126 people in the ICU. Texas did update today. 1,194 people hospitalized, 4,989 people tested positive, and the probable cases in the past week is 4,730. Remember, this is a weekly total, as is deaths, 79 deaths in the last week. All right, U.S. COVID update from B&O. New cases yesterday, 15,851. The average increased by 125. The average is 19,931. States reporting 11 out of 50. Hospitalizations 19,476. That is up by 232. ICUs are at 2,780 people in the ICU. That is up by 12. Deaths yesterday 213. That brings the average to 233. That has increased by 4. There's something else I want to show you from B&O. Look at this. Brazil's COVID-19 death toll reaches 700,000, the second highest in the world. That's not good news. I mean, we're still seeing deaths go up around the world. It's just totally ridiculous. All right, let's take a look at the Walgreens national positivity. And on the national level, 24.7% positive. That's down by 0.7% from last week's 25.4% positive. And you'll see here on this map, the Southeasters, there is definitely a rise going into the Southeast right now. More than there normally would be for spring months, because usually they don't see their next big wave until about, or last year, it was in May, where their next wave started May to end of May. And let's just do some of the rising states and some of the dropping states. They will do about 10 states total. Starting off here with Maine. Maine is at 18.5% positive. The prior week was at 30.8%. That's down by 12.3%. Testing's also down. But then you go next door to New Hampshire. Positivity is way up. 31.4% this week. That's up by 14.8% from last week's 16.7% positivity. Testing's also up by 5. 35 tests this week, 30 last week. Pennsylvania positivity is at 15.6% this week, 19% last week, and that's a difference of down by 3.5%. Tennessee has a positivity of 24.6% this week, 19% last week. That's a difference of up by 5%. And their testing, wow, their testing's actually considerably up this week. 427 tests this week, 368 last week. That's not good. Arkansas, 25% positivity this week, 19% last week. Difference of 6% upwards. Their testing is down ever so slightly. Florida, 25.7% positivity this week, 23.2% last week. Difference of up 2.5%. And if you look at the chart, it's actually starting to go up faster. Their testing is down ever so slightly week over week. Texas, 26% this week, 27.1% last week, down by 1.1%. Nevada, 37.4% positivity this week, 29.1% last week. That is up by 8.3%. And if you look at the chart here, let's zoom this in a little bit. It is going straight upward at this time. Louisiana, finally maybe peaking a little bit. We'll see. 25.7% positivity this week, 18.5% last week. That is up by 7.2%. But again, look at the chart. It's ever so slightly peaking, and I think that's a product of testing being up from the previous week. Finally, we'll end with Walgreens on Alaska. 21.9% positivity this week, 17.8% last week. That is up by 4.1%, but testing is down. All right, let's take a look at some international data. There's a few areas that are actually starting to rise again. South Korea cases now up 9%, deaths down 7%. France, cases up 13%, deaths down 6%. Japan, cases are only down 2% now, and deaths are down 21%. They actually had 47,526 cases in the last 7 days. So if they're going to start rising, that's a high point for them to start rising at again. India, cases are still up 88%. Deaths are now up 46%. Romania, cases up 8%. Deaths down 23%. You also have Italy. Cases are now down 67%. That's good news. Deaths are down 63%. Then you come down here to Slovenia. Cases up 3%. Deaths are now up 100%. Indonesia up 18%. Deaths are up 17%. Cases in Guatemala are up 21%. Deaths are down 50%. Malaysia, cases now up 96%. Deaths are also up 75%. And we'll end with Peru. Peru, cases are up 37%. Deaths are down 16%. Alright, that does it for today's pandemic update video. Look for a wastewater video tomorrow and a pandemic update video tomorrow. That's right, you heard me correctly. 2 videos tomorrow simply because we do have areas where wastewater is rising again, and I want to take a deeper look and show them to you. That way you know what's going on in your community. We'll do each region of the United States. And until tomorrow, stay safe, everyone. Things are on the cusp of starting to rise again. Do not let your guard down. If you stopped masking, now's a good time to start masking in public again. It's super important. High-quality masking does work. I wear a high-quality mask everywhere I go, and it's a good thing. Alrighty, I'll see you all again next time. Stay safe. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. See you all again next time.